So it's been quite some time since we talked about Kevin Samuels, but rest assured he's still been out here wreaking havoc. As Kevin gets bigger and bigger, aka more influential out here in these social media streets, he's going to encounter quite a bit of skeptics when it comes to his brash, no BS style of giving advice. Most of the critics say that he's either gay or that he simply hates all women. And I will admit, sometimes he does go too far or say some stuff I downright don't agree with. But it doesn't have to do with just women. He's been out here giving brutally honest advice to men for years, and absolutely no one cared.
You live an interesting life. I mean, you're 34 working in the warehouse. What are you doing that's interesting?
I mean, I like to work out.
Okay.
I'm overweight, working on it right now.
Okay. You got two struggles already. You can't be short and fat. About how much do you make a year?
40,000.
And how old are you? Almost 40. So you're underemployed too. Why would the female of the species want to take your genes and put them into the next generation? Should males like that in the animal world be able to mate?
No.
To me, I think he's just more concerned with the state of black families in this country, and so he tries to promote certain more traditional values that he deems correct. I mean, this is what he preaches time and time again while giving these people a cold hard reality check. Kevin Samuels is obviously someone who believes in gender roles and their importance in a strong relationship. In general, he hates when people dance around and romanticize their life, especially when it comes to their personal pitfalls. He really just wants people to be as self-aware as possible. Like, if you want to date this type of man, then you need to be this type of woman, and vice versa. And at the end of the day, Kevin has become a vessel for some of these men who have gone off the red pill deep end. This tends to happen when you speak on certain hot topics regarding the condition of women, and it really just comes with the territory. I believe this is where a bulk of his criticism comes from. It's like when people started hating Rick and Morty because of some of the more extreme fans of the show acting like it was God's gift to Earth. And I'm not saying that Kevin's word is bond, but he has an opinion, and thousands of women lining up for their chance to be on his Instagram Live or YouTube show. And for some reason, many of them think that they're gonna outsmart him. Like they're gonna have that got you moment, and it really just never comes. It's almost like trying to heckle a stand-up comedian. Most of the time, it would just not work out in your favor.
So he divorced you because he had a mistress pregnant.
Correct. And
But this is also, you were working at this time.
at this time, I was attending school full time. Correct.
All right. So he wanted a wife to stay at home and have his children.
Correct.
And you wanted a career.
Correct.
Well, then you shouldn't have married a wealthy man. You can pull that bullshit on somebody else. You can't pull it on me. When you were married to a wealthy man, meant you have a standard of living that you could not afford with your own skills. You could not afford the lifestyle you had. It came from him. The home, the car, the food, everything else. And you chose to go out to work where most women don't want to. And then so now you got it. You don't have the wealthy man because you decided to leave and he decided to go have affairs and get somebody else pregnant. Well, you decided to leave too.
Correct.
And I guarantee you, he's probably better off with it. And you out working with 3 kids in a wrecked home. You decided to go to school full time because the money you were making doesn't change the wealth. You didn't need to do it.
And I know a lot of people would call this rhetoric sexist, but he's really just speaking in terms of personal agenda and motivation. Many people love to think of the world as some ideological place where no one acts with personal agenda, but it's really just human nature to do so. For example, someone can sit there and say that an individual with a face tattoo should have no problem getting a corporate job, and that type of thing should really not matter. And on paper, they might be right. It really shouldn't matter, we shouldn't judge. But in reality, of course, people are gonna judge them. And in the example that Kevin's doing here, yeah, it would be great if all business women were lining up well-paid dudes. But the social statistics say otherwise. Because most men, at least the type who this woman would want, do not value women because of their earning potential. Or at least it's not that high on the totem pole because they themselves already already have it. Most men value looks, loyalty, trust, and a good reputation. As men, we have been conditioned to believe that we should be able to take care of ourselves and our families based on our own income. And if you are a man who cannot provide for himself, you are seen as weak in nearly every culture around the world. That's just a sad reality. And this woman really thinks she deserves a man of riches and high status when she's a single mother of 3. That really lowers your dating pool a whole lot, and it's really not just women. Like if you're some nasty dude who sits at home with Cheeto fingers playing video games all day with no job and no money, you can't expect some sort of model wife. And if you really want to step up your game, a good place to start is by taking care of your hygiene. And that's why I'm so excited to partner with Teach Hanley as the sponsor of today's video. Like many men out there, before Teach Hanley, I would struggle to even wash my face every day or stick with any sort of skincare routine because I really did not know what I was doing at all. But with their level 1 skincare system, they make everything very simple for guys like you and I, and after a while it'll really just be like second nature for you to take care of your face. The level 1 system comes with a face wash, a 2 times per week exfoliating scrub, as well as an AM and PM moisturizer so your face will be hydrated all day every day. It might sound crazy, but I really do look forward to starting and ending my day with Teach. My favorite part is that every box comes with an instruction card that tells you when to use each product, how much to use, and in what order. In addition to amazing skin, members of Teach Hanley get a ton of benefits, including 25% off the retail price, the ability to customize your box, as well as the ability to pause or cancel at any time. And you get free shipping within the US. And because Teach Hanley is sponsoring today's video, they're offering my viewers a great deal. Just click the first link in the description, and not only will you get Teach Hanley for the best possible price, but they'll also give you a free gift with your first box. So what are you waiting for? Click that link and get started for just $30. And then this is when the real heavy hitters really come in, as he gets tired of her completely missing the point that you reap what you sow, and her life is the way it is because she made it that way.
What about the mentality of pursuing your passion of who you are and
Men don't want to marry ma'am. Men don't want to marry feminists. And you can be a nurse and a business owner and fulfilled in spirit, and that's cool, but you don't get a man of value, because men of value want women who are more traditional. You're a modern, more liberal woman. Fine. But that doesn't work in traditional relationships. The kind of men who would be cool with that, you likely wouldn't be attracted to. It's abnormal for human females to be alone.
it truly is.
So you're living counter to your nature.
Yes.
In this life, we really do have to pick and choose what we want and what's important to us. Like if you want to work all day and be a big name in a big business industry, you have your right to do so. All he's really saying is that you have to be prepared to live with the consequences of your life choices, which sometimes means being very lonely. And obviously this example isn't gonna work for every single couple. In this working class economy, a lot of people are gonna be a lot more like equal partners. Maybe both of them are pulling about 50K a year, they know that that's their earning potential, then they can obviously make that work, but that's not really what he's talking about here. So yeah, Kevin Samuels is harsh with his advice, but overall it's hard to disagree with his assessment of reality when it comes to certain parts of our society. People really need to just stop buying into their own bullshit, stop thinking their life is some sort of fairy tale, and just be honest with themselves and their expectations. But let me know what you guys think about this down below. Are y'all still drinking that Kevin Samuels Kool-Aid? Are you a Kevin Samuels hater? I want to know down below in the comments. As always, I do want to thank you guys for watching today's video and subscribing. And as you guys know, there's some other news out here that needs to get covered. So it's been your boy, the Tan Superman, and I'm out. Peace!